Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? This is Haarute Live, my name is Matt, and welcome to a new reaction series. This is weird, but yes, I am watching Dark. So, Dark is a Netflix original show, I believe. At least Netflix is pushing it like really hard. And I don't know too much about it. I know there's some maybe sci-fi bullshit that happens in it. I think it's a thriller. There's some mystery. Like I do see like a brief description, like right here on my screen, which is a local boy's disappearance stokes fear in the residents of Window, a small German town with strange and tragic history. And yes, this is a German show, but I am watching the English dub with English subtitles because I am one of those people that I need subtitles to live because my audio processing is not very good. But yes, I'm watching Dark, and it's because some people have been pushing it really hard for me to actually watch it. I guess technically it won the Patreon poll that didn't exist, but it would have won it. So that's what we're watching. We're watching Dark. It's two seasons, and I think it's like 18 episodes total. And I'm like, I can do that. I can totally do that. So I'm gonna be doing it. It's gonna be a little bit until we finish it. Every episode is like an hour, like 50 minutes. So it's gonna be a little bit, but we'll get through it. But yeah, there's not much to say, so we'll just go, I guess. Dark, Season 1, Episode 1, let's go. The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion.
Everything is connected.
This is one of those things that I look at them and it's like, this means nothing to me, but it will probably mean something in the future. But I won't remember it then. So June 21st, 2019. Oh, sure. There we go. There we go. There it is. Nice and early. Nice and early. The title of the show is Dark, so I don't know what this is. Do not open before November 4th, 10:13 p.m. That's very specific. Some time shit is gonna happen. Alright. Sure. Oh my. Right on. There's a red picture right there. I saw that picture before. Yeah. I saw the complete picture. Eric Ovendorf. Okay, here's the guy. He kind of looks like a discount Mads Mikkelsen.
I still see him.
In your dreams? Why do you think you still see him?
I think he's trying to tell me something. Or maybe I just want him to tell me something. What do I think it might be? Why? Why you left? Why like that? Why he fucking hanged himself? And why he didn't leave a word?
The Winden nuclear power plant has a long
He
history
was a
of
nuclear
disaster
power
for
plant.
50 years. Plans to build a nuclear power plant go back as far as 1953. Construction of the facility was first authorized in 1960 after the Atomic Energy Act was passed. Now, as a part of the government's staggered plan to phase out nuclear energy sites, the Winden power plant will be decommissioned and taken off the grid in 2020. This facility has the longest record of failure-free operations in all of Germany.
Technically, you can't go to school dressed like that.
A good magician needs his own special style.
I'm gonna eat breakfast, Martha. Are you absolutely sure he wasn't adopted? Mikkel, you're so annoying.
So there's a lot of characters right here.
Ow!
Mom, did you see my black hoodie?
I don't know. Check by the jackets.
First day of school.
Okay, oh, he's married. So, edgy, whiny kid,
What did I say?
little brat that likes magicians,
One more trick, then off to school.
and a theater hippie girl.
Stay, please.
Okay. Now this guy
All right, Master Magician.
is shitting on his wife. With a depressed woman whose son hanged himself earlier in the year, I think.
Here.
would you do that?
See, Dad, the question isn't how. The question is when.
I was thinking brother, but it could have been his dad.
Your son matters to us. We've done over 172 interviews investigating this, questioning your neighbors, the community, combing the entire forest, searching nearby houses and the basements of residents. We've alerted everyone, posted flyers. Our entire force and many volunteers have spent days trying to find your son.
But it's been 13 days.
13?
He'd never stay away that long.
Sorry, I'm trying to map out what the fuck these characters are. Okay, that's a Sith. Something fucking's going on in that cave, so. Alright. Stoner, of course. He's the edgy kid. He has a fucking chain in his chain. Oh, he's so edgy. Oh my god, he's so edgy.
Should the son of the principal be smoking a joint at school?
Ooh.
Especially such shit weed.
Fuck you. You ain't shit, Magnus.
Listen, this has nothing to do with what happened to my brother. Nothing.
Okay. It could, though.
Oh, your mother called the emergency line again this morning. Maybe it's time you went and visited her.
You ever find yourself wondering where you took the wrong turn in life? And your life ended up becoming the exact opposite of what you always wanted it to be?
Just casually dropping the existential dread. Okay, so that's her family. Is that the therapist, the nerd girl, quote-unquote nerd, that took a blonde, and another kid, I think.
You could temporarily stop our loan payments, for example.
Okay. Financial struggles.
What I really wonder about, if Eric didn't run away, someone could have wiped him out somewhere. And the caves are still filled with all his dough. He kept his entire stash there.
So?
Man, so we get it, and
Did the police not check the caves?
no.
Mom, if you want to see me, call me directly, but don't call the emergency number, okay?
I saw something in the woods again. This time I saw it very clearly. A dark figure with a gigantic-looking head.
Mama.
You don't believe
They think she's crazy, but she's the only
Out
one.
there that our little minds can't understand.
Okay.
Things we can't comprehend.
Are we doing eldritch horror shit now?
I found this in the forest.
Okay. Chocolate bar?
Mads loved those.
Mads Mikkelsen? I guess it's...
You know
yeah,
this whole
Mads, your
business with that
brother.
missing kid Eric?
Okay.
It's like your brother back
Okay.
then.
His brother's
Repeating
Mads.
itself.
And he went
Everything's
missing.
like it was 33 years ago.
So we probably have a connection then. Some kind of weird, wacky connection.
It's gonna happen again.
Okay, something happened.
It's gonna happen again.
Okay, so if the sequence of events is the same 33 years ago until now, that means that whatever happened back then should happen again. Sure.
We're going to the caves tonight.
Okay, this is our main cast, probably.
Bartosz thinks Eric Stopes in there.
So that was a missing kid. He's trapped in a room that looks like a child's room with an electric chair and just spin me right round like a record baby by Dead or Alive. I think that was the name of the band. Is playing on a TV.
Magnus?
So
She's your new crush now?
Shut up.
You're an idiot.
Okay,
it took like one interaction and he's like, man, she got my dick hard. Alright, so this is our main cast. Them and plus Francisca probably. He's definitely MC, so. Alright, the nuclear plant. What the fuck did the nuclear power do now? Okay, does she work at the nuclear plant?
It's been almost 33 years to the day since I first came to Wyndon.
Ooh,
I never thought it would end in this way.
he got here
I
like
suppose there's a time for everything.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Then the brother disappeared.
You know, your grandson hasn't seen you in over 3 months.
That's the grandmother.
Michael would have wanted that. It's sick. You're sick.
Listen to the old people. Sometimes they're not crazy. Sometimes there's something to what they're saying that is truth. Do not open before November 4th, 10:13 p.m. 10:13 p.m. Like, that's super specific. That's something fucky with time. There's some time travel shit here. There has to be. So, okay, contenders. We have time travel, eldritch abominations, nuclear power mutations, maybe. Black holes, so physics. I guess that meshes with time travel.
What is it?
I just had a deja vu. The light, the forest.
Okay.
It's as if it's all happened before.
Oh my god, we're doing Groundhog Day?
Deja vu is a glitch in the Matrix.
No, they're fucking with us at this moment. There's so much shit thrown at us that it's like, no.
I read that somewhere.
They're just fucking with us. It could be anything, really, so. It could just be like a David Cage game where the answer is that it's actually everything.
He's got a stomach bug, so I'm stuck bringing him.
Hi, Jonas. Ultimate fist bump?
No way. Take him back.
They brought the fucking little kid to get drugs.
Not a baby anymore.
Okay, main cast. The other girl is missing, but aside from that, we have our main cast of 5 characters.
It's gonna happen again.
What's gonna happen again? This is the crazy man, right? With the fucked up ear that keeps repeating. Yeah, it's gonna happen again. So, whatever happened 33 years ago is gonna happen again. If the pattern is to be correct.
Kids in my class are saying someone kidnapped him and has him locked up in some basement somewhere.
They are right, apparently.
It's like the witch in Hansel and Gretel. When she gets hungry, she'll eat Eric. Oh.
That could also be true. I do like what this show is doing, is that I don't know what the answer to the mystery is, therefore they're just throwing everything at me just to make me question.
What if he's lying dead somewhere and nobody finds his body? That would just be the worst. Even if you're dead, you'd want to be found at least.
Helga.
What are you doing here?
Is it already too late?
What?
Helga.
What's gonna happen? Tell me.
Charlotte. I'll take you back now, okay?
It's gonna happen again!
You listen to the old man. I would listen to this crazy old man. Because there's not only one, there's 2. She's waiting. Okay, so it is the 4th, I guess. That's why we're waiting.
Man, I'm bored. Can't we just go home now?
We're nearly there.
That nuclear plant shot is like something's gonna...
Jonas.
Did the radio say that the nuclear plant has been like stable for 33 years or something like that?
Looking for this?
The other girl.
What does she want?
Alright, that's the main cast. And they're all in this like cave of fuckery. There was a hooded figure earlier, but I'm not sure if it was her or not. Also, the old woman said that she saw something with like a big head or something like that. This is fucked. I'm a person who gets scared like very easily. I might scream and jump and, I don't know, have a heart attack and die live on camera. I want to read the letter. I want to read the goddamn letter. If there's a jump scare, which probably there's gotta be, I might just fucking die live on camera. Which is why I'm moving my headset in a way that it's like, I don't hear the full thing. What? Who's that? That was like an older man voice. Not like an old man, but like an adult. Was it the guy who killed himself? It was him. I want to read. Like, I totally could have read that if I paused the episode and if I knew German. The kid's gone. The kid and the other dude's gone. Okay, there's the dude. There's MC, but where's the kid? I don't know. God damn it.
He's not with you?
Well then. Yeah, he tripped and then he looked around and the kid was gone. And then he saw someone that was supposed to be dead. He's gonna say it's happening again. Okay, too late.
Too late.
What happened? Tell me! What happened? Okay, no, they reported that the kid was missing. That's what happened. So we went looking for weed. We found the weed, but we also missed the kid. So it's kind of an even trade. Now he cares. You should tell him about the fucking cave. The cave where Satan is in. Okay, nuclear plant again. They're focusing a lot on this nuclear plant, so that's gonna be relevant. Alright, we're investigating the Cave of Wonders. Oh, it's radioactive as all hell. Has the nuclear facility been dumping all of their waste into this one cave? Or some shit like that? I know that this is the first episode only, but it's like, dude, I have no idea about anything. Oh, that's a body.
All units, the child's body has been found on the far end of the wire near the 2-mile marker. Elevation
Is it Mikkel or is it Eric? Or is it the, well, they said child, so it has to be Eric or the kid that we lost last night. Well, they said child. I guess Eric would be a teenager, Mikkel would be a... Yep. They didn't even, like, touch the body or, like, secure the area or anything. They just called the dad and went like... Yep. Okay, kid's dead. But the answer is... Like, the question is, what happened to him? Him. It's not him? Or... Oh. 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 Something happened here.
That's not Mikkel.
That's your brother?
That's not Mikkel.
Is that your brother? Who is it? Are we gonna see Eric electrocuted in the chair now? Just like a casual cut to it from 80s music to that? Well, okay, so that's how it happens. Because that's right in the eyes. That's the first episode. Is there anything else? No, there's not. And it's gonna autoplay into the next one if I don't stop it. Because that's how Netflix works. Alright! Sure. Alright, let's talk about Dark. Episode 1, Season 1. Okay. So, a lot happened that episode. It's a 50 minutes episode, and of course they have to set up the whole thing. But the problem is that... Okay. Before we begin talking about it, I do want to say, and I do want to apologize, because I am the kind of person who... There are dogs barking outside. I want to apologize because I am the kind of person who has a... Okay, I'm not saying I have ADD or ADHD, but I never test myself in order to know if I have it or not. But I do have trouble focusing on things sometimes. I do have trouble paying attention. And most importantly, I have trouble, 1, remembering things, and 2, processing audio specifically. Which means that I consistently use subtitles on everything, despite being... They're not subtitles, they're closed captioning, right? To the same language that I'm listening on. So, because like, I don't process audio as well as I do visuals. So the information comes through more easily through visuals to me than with audio cues, right? So remembering stuff like names, remembering details that are being said, it's all gonna be very difficult for me unless I read them. But I'm also having trouble like actually focusing on the thing that I'm doing. So whatever. The point is that this being a new series, this is being a new show that I'm watching. This is the first episode, and this show has a lot in it. There were like, I don't know, 100 characters, something like that, and they're all German names, which means that they are like difficult for me to remember. Like, they're not Spanish names, they're not English names, they're German. So I'm like, fuck, you know. So all in all, I want to apologize in case I get some details wrong. And for the most part, if there are details that have been explained to me and I just didn't get them because I just didn't. I didn't pay attention to the thing that was said or the thing that was shown. I focused on the wrong thing. I was spacing out. I don't know. But whatever the reason, I might miss stuff, and I do want to apologize for that. Because having watched one episode, I can tell that this is the kind of show where a lot of shit happens and you need to pay attention. This was also said to me. So I do know that it's true, but I'm like, I can't, you know, it's just not in me, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. So that's what I'm doing. But that said, we need to go to the review. We need to actually talk about this. So, show starts. We have our main character. He is 16. He goes to high school. I think his name was, I forgot, Janus, maybe. I might be thinking of the main tank for Washington Justice. Don't worry about that. That's an Overwatch League reference. You don't need to get that. But that's the boy with the yellow jacket for the most part. He looks like MC. He's the MC, and that's it. So his probably older brother / dad, I'm still not sure about that, suicide himself at the very beginning of the show. That was actually the first thing that was shown. We saw this man, and he wrote something. His place looked like a place where you paint. He might be a painter. And then he grabbed his stool, set up his stool, and hung himself. And then you see the letter that said, "Do not open until November 4th, 10:13 p.m. I think that was the exact date. So we still haven't been shown what that letter was. Maybe next episode, maybe a season from now. I don't know. Whatever they want to do with the mystery. I mean, it should be next episode, right? Because they have shown the letter, like, visually. Like, if I went back and I paused the video, I could read that. If I knew German. So if I was German, and I could just go and read that right now. So I think that they should be showing it next episode, maybe. But we'll see. The point is, then the actual show starts with the main character, his mom, who is depressed, I assume, because her son or / husband or whatever hung themselves like earlier in the year. It was like 3 months before that, so it was June, July, August, September. Yeah, sure. So like 4 months. And she is immediately just having sex with this guy that looks like a discount Mads Mikkelsen. That might not make any sense at all. He might not look anything like Mads Mikkelsen to you, but that's what my brain immediately registered him as, and I have no time to learn his name. So he's gonna be discount Mads Mikkelsen to me. I am unclear as to whether or not he is a cop or the principal, but he is something. Okay, so main character has a therapist. He has walks with his therapist talking about the whole thing with the guy that committed suicide because everyone's depressed because of it. Also, I think that happened really early on in the episode and came back a little bit, but they didn't pay much attention to it. Was the fact that Power was gone, and Power continues to like be gone like consistently. So there might be something to that, to the Power being gone, because there's also a nuclear power plant like right next to the city. What city? It's like, it's a small town. It's like a village, really. but there's a nuclear power plant like right next to it, and they have said that it's like the longest running power plant that has gone without problems, basically. But I'm not sure how long that streak is. It might be exactly 33 years. It might be, they might have even said that, but I don't remember. That power plant's definitely coming back. Like, something's gonna happen with that shit. Like, that power plant matters, for sure. Because we had many shots with that power plant. We had many shots with characters looking at the power plant. We had the radio talk about the power plant. So I'm like, alright, some radiation fucking shit is happening here. So yes, I did say it before, but I do like how this show, so everything is a mystery, right? There's just mystery. We don't know what anything is. So the fact that the show has thrown me, okay, it has thrown me like time travel, black holes, so dimensional travel. I guess it connects with the first one. Mutant people with giant heads because of the power plant, for sure. Radiation, eldritch horrors. I might just be pulling that on my ass, but there is a lot of shit that is being thrown at me, and it's because and the Matrix, the fact that everything is a simulation and nothing matters. You know, usual standard logic. Usually, I'm on the other end of that, but yeah, like everything this show is thrown at me, it's like holy shit, like. I don't know which one it is, but they are just throwing shit at you because it's like, fuck it, like it could be either, and you're like, yeah, I guess it could be either. Like they're just fucking with you at this point. They just want to make you think about possibilities that don't actually make sense. Like the alternative, and I think I said it in the reaction, is that, like the alternative is that this could just be like a David Cage game where like everything is the enemy. Like everything, like fucking aliens, artificial intelligence, time travelers from the future, demons, you know, just mix sci-fi, mythology, all, like nature, everything, spirits, ghosts, everything just fucking mesh it together, and all of them are conspiring in order to make this happen. Like that's the plot of a David Cage game, basically. David Cage is a hack writer for sure. Alright, I'm gonna stop shitting on David Cage. But like, I don't know what this show is going for, and I like that I don't know. So I can't wait to figure it out. I would put my money on time travel right away, because the beginning of the show just told me, hey, time travel. Or not necessarily time travel, but like time. You know, the concept of time. How does time work? So they're probably gonna mess around with that a lot. Alright, but whatever. We need to talk about all these characters. Like, there's a lot of characters that I'm not sure what matters. But like, we have the depressed mom. She's hooking with this other guy who has 3 kids, which is like yeah, she is like a theater, like, she's not a stoner, but like, she's like I'm on hunger strike kind of girl. We have the edgy kid. Well, the edgy teenager who smokes weed and wears black, and he has this like cool guy hair, and he has the chain in his jean. It's so stupid. And then we have the actual child that is like, I don't know, like 8 years old, and he is a magician. And that's that. That's the end of that. And then the wife, of course. The wife might or might not know about that her husband is hooking with this other woman. Like, it seems like everybody knows, including her, but she just doesn't want to. She just doesn't want to accept it, I think. So we immediately have like, all right, we have a thing going on here. There is immediately like problems in the community within our characters that are being presented to us. Then we have the grandmother. So the grandmother, which is the grandmother of the main character, she's the mother of the depressed woman, I believe. She might be. Well, I don't know, but she was in the picture. She was in the picture with the 4 people. and then she was cut out of it. So I'm just thinking, like, why? Like, what happened here? Because the grandmother only had, like, alone scenes. Somebody left a message on her, like, phone or something, being like, you haven't, like, talked to your grandchildren, to your, like, grandson for, like, 3 months. You should do that, you know, something like that. So something happened there. We're probably gonna learn that in the future. But she seems to be fucked. Like, she seems to be also depressed. Everyone in this family is depressed. I mean, it's no wonder you suffered a casualty like that. But she had the letter that the guy who hung himself left. And she's like, okay, so it does say do not open until November 4, 10:13 p.m. And she waited the whole time. And then eventually we did get to November 4, 10:30 p.m. and she opened it. So she waited the entire time and she opened the letter at the exact same time. And then she read it and she was like, oh fuck. But we didn't get to read what she read. We didn't get to see the actual letter. I mean, okay, no, we saw it, but we couldn't read it. Like, I don't think it was supposed for us to read it. But then we need to talk about this other guy, this older guy. They did say his name. Was it Hagen? Something like that. This older guy, old, he has, like, his ear, like, fucked. And he kept repeating the words, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. That's basically all he said. Except for, like, 2 lines. Everything about was, it's gonna happen again. He wandered around the town being like, it's gonna happen again. And then he got into, like, the parents', like, meeting for, like, the town. And he was like, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. And they were like, hey, Hagen, what's up? Hagen, let me help you. I'm gonna, like, take you away. And he was like, we need to stop it. It's gonna happen again. And then they come out and it's, like, heavy raining. And he is like, it's too late. It's already happened. And then everybody gets the call that the child has gone missing. So I'm just sitting here thinking, what the fuck is the thing that he's talking about? Like, what is the thing that's gonna happen again? That's what I'm wondering. Because, like, okay, so we need to talk about Discount Matt Mike Mikkelsen. Discount Matt. That's gonna be confusing because there's another character that is called Matt, and I think it's his brother. Okay, so Discount Matt and actual Matt. Okay, we're gonna differ them by that. So, God, I'm making this more confusing than it should be, but fuck it. This makes sense in my brain. So, Discount Matt Mikkelsen, he had a brother who went missing 33 years ago. And I'm not sure if they found his body ever. I don't actually know what happened. But the mom of Discount Mats says that the events that are happening right now are the same events that happened back then 33 years ago. They are repeating. Then we have the crazy old man saying that it's happening again. So I'm thinking, okay, we're in some sort of a weird time loop or something like that. And only older people seem to be the only ones that actually know about it or something like that. Because we have 3 elderly people. We had the grandma, we had the mom of Matt, and we had Hagen, the crazy old guy. And those 3 people seem to know more than they let me know. So I'm just thinking, like, alright, something's going on here, and they know or they remember. At least 2 of them know and remember. So I'm thinking, okay, what happened? But that information hasn't been given to me yet. They only said that it's happening again, or that the events are happening again, or they look exactly the same that they did before, right? But I don't know what happened before. I only know that actual Matt, the brother, went missing, but I don't know what happened afterwards. I imagine there was some sort of conclusion, but I don't know what happened afterwards. Did another kid also go missing, like right after? Because then the events would be 100% mirrored. But okay. Are there any more character relations I need to talk about? Because there's a lot of them. I guess we can talk about our main cast. like, I'm focusing too much on the mystery. I guess maybe I should be focusing a little bit more on the characters. So, main cast. Let's say it's 5-ish characters. Maybe 6. Okay, 5. So, we have main character, the guy with the yellow jacket. I don't remember his name. Janice or something. We had the friend of the main character. They said his name, but I forgot. It ended with a C, I believe. But he is his best friend, I assume. Maybe his only friend. And he's hooking with the girl that main character was into, like, last year or something like that. He went, like, he didn't attend the school for like 3 months, and they said that he was out doing like some French thing. But I assume that in reality he was just too depressed to go anywhere because of the brother. I assume it's the brother hung himself. But then the girl started hooking with his best friend, and he's depressed because of it, you know. And even she feels that it's weird. So it's a whole weird love triangle thing. Then we have the edgy kid. He is the son of Matt's, of Discount Matt's, and he's edgy as hell. He wears a chain on his jean. He smokes weed. Everybody smokes weed in the show, actually. Everybody in this small town just smokes weed. I mean, it's fine. I guess it's fine. It's fine in some states in the U.S. I'm not sure if it's legal in Argentina, actually, but whatever. Like, I never judge. But yeah, that guy, he smokes bad weed. It's not even good weed, according to the other girl. Bam, segue. The fifth main character, I think her name was Francisca. And she is the blonde girl. I don't know much about her. I don't know anything about her, actually. I think she's the daughter of the therapist dude. I think she has like a little sister, maybe? But that's about that. That's all I know. And then we have the kid. The kid who went missing. And that's that. That's the end of that. But, okay. I guess that's the main roster. Like, I don't think there's anything else to say about them. I'm only figuring out what the general idea of these characters is, and who are they related to. Okay, so at the very beginning of the show, we had like a giant board where everything was just pinned together and everything was closed together, and we had this full explanation. It's like a monologue of someone going like everything is connected. So I'm like, alright, I'm gonna need to actually understand what the fuck I just watched. So I'm just trying to make my brain understand where everyone is placed, what the relationships are, and all of that. Because I assume everything's gonna be connected somehow, and that's gonna be the end of that. But we'll see. Now, let's go to the fucky shit. So, we did get to see Eric, the guy who went missing, the kid who went missing, Eric. We saw 2 scenes with him, which is weird. Usually, I would think that they just wouldn't tell you anything about Eric, but we had this one weird-ass scene where we saw a CDR TV, old-ass TV playing You Spin Me Around Like a Record by Dead or Alive. And I was jamming out to it. It was really cool. I love that song. I love that video also. Like, everyone looks gay as shit. It's awesome. It's very colorful. But then it hard cuts to like a teddy bear sitting on a chair. You see the background of the room is also like, the walls are like very child looking. Like they have like child patterns on them. And then you see Eric, just legit ass Eric, just laying on a bed. And he's just sleeping. And he like wakes up and looks around. And then you see a full shot of the room. And it's just like the bed where he's sleeping, the TV playing that just spin me around. And then you see an electric chair in the middle of the room. And it's like, what the Also, I think you see a door that is just like a metal door just full of locks. And it's like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? You know, like that was a really like cold shot in the middle of the episode that you see it and it's like, what? What? Why? But I love it. I love that it's just like, done. I'm just gonna show you this thing. You're gonna freak out, and that's gonna be the end of that. We're never gonna come back to that. Except we did. We came back to it at the very end of the episode, where we saw there was another song. I didn't recognize this one. It looked like another song from the 80s. Like, that's also something I noticed. Everything that looked from that scene looked very like the 80s, you know? So I'm just thinking, like, did Eric travel back in time, like, 30 years into the past or some shit like that? Like, I don't know. Could be. We'll see. But yes, like, and then in that scene, Eric is being tied to the chair. And then we see the electric things being put on him. I think it's electric. Like, I don't know the details, but it's this metal thing spun over his eyes. And then the episode ends. And that's what we see at the very end. But what we did see before that actually links into this scene, is that they found a missing child. So, okay. Mikkel, I think that was his name, Mikkel, is the kid from this episode, the third son, I guess, of fake Mats, discount Mats. And he went missing. So he went missing, and then they found another child, and they didn't even bother to look at the corpse. They just said, we found a child, and they called him, and then he came running, and they were like, oh my god, he's dead. And then he checked on him, and he was like, that's not my son. So Mikkel is maybe still alive. We don't know for sure. But another child showed up, and he has, like, this entire part of his head just burned. Which makes me think he got electric chaired, because then from that shot we transition into Eric getting the things put on him. So I'm thinking, okay, for sure, that's what happened to this new kid. So this new kid, I don't know who it is, but I have a couple thoughts. So it didn't look like Eric. It could be Eric, but I don't think it looked like him. It's not Mikkel. Could be just some random other kid from some point in time, that time traveler, or some bullshit like that. Could just be something that we'll see next episode how it ties into this. But my fourth option, and it's the option that I like a lot, is that is Mats. Actual Mats. The brother that went missing 33 years ago, that's him. It would be crazy if that was him. The one thing that is, like, sinking my conspiracy theory right now is that Discount Mats, God, I'm gonna need to remember these names. Discount Mats didn't actually say that it was his brother. Like, he didn't recognize it, but that just could be the age. That could just be 33 years and he doesn't remember what it looked like. But if it is his brother, it would be some shit. I would be, like, so into it. But I feel like they would have told me by the end of this episode, that's my brother, you know? And that would just make it all the way crazier. It would immediately hook me into next episode. I would just finish the shit right away. But they didn't do that, so probably not him. But we'll see. The other thing we need to talk about is, before Mikkel went missing, I guess when Mikkel went missing, it was because they were all running away from this cave that did, like, this enormous sound. And then, like, main character actually heard a voice calling his name, and he turned around and he saw this older man. And I think this older man is, like, actually legit his brother or dad. I don't know which one. But, like, the person that committed suicide at the beginning of the show, that died a couple months ago, I think that is him. I could be wrong. I should go back and check. I think it is him. I do think it's him. The guy who shows up full of blood, calling out the main character's name. I do think it's him. There is a lot of shit thrown at me that I don't understand. That it looks like I'm gonna understand it at some point later. I think that's the dad. Not the son. Not an older brother. Because he doesn't look very old, but it could very well be the dad. It could very well be the dad. Alright, so, okay. So I want to apologize. Because, like, anyone that has watched the show and knows these characters and understands what's going on, it might be infuriating for you to watch me just struggle to understand basic concepts, but it's like, listen, this show is just throwing a lot at me, and it's very difficult for me to actually get it yet. I'm probably gonna get it by a couple episodes in. But this first episode is probably gonna be infuriating to watch, and I'm sorry about that. But there's not a lot I can do. I'm just doing my best here. So bear with me, and yeah, that's basically the only solution. So again, sorry. I think that might be it for this talk on this episode of Dark. Season 1, Episode 1. I think that might be it, because, like, there's a lot that was thrown at me, but I think that most of the stuff that was shown that I'm wondering about is stuff that I'm not supposed to get yet, you know? So I don't think I can do a lot here. I can only think about the stuff that was shown to me that is like, okay, these are the characters, these are the relationships, and this is the mystery, right? And then we're gonna throw some wild shit in the middle just to make you think. Because it's like, okay, the letter. Something happened in the letter. Alright, what was that? I don't know. The crazy old man is happening again. What is happening again? I don't know. Matt, the kid that went missing 33 years ago. What happened to him? I don't know. Like, the nuclear power plant. What is its play in this entire wild thing that is going on? I don't know. Why was Eric inside of this, like, child bedroom from the 80s with an electric chair on it? I don't know. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Also, there was a hooded person with, like, a white hoodie that was tying up Eric into the chair, and you could, like, see his jaw. I don't think you're supposed to tell which character it is. I could go back and check, but I don't think you're supposed to know. But it is... I did think that it was a man, so we have reduced the number of culprits to like 50% of the population of the Earth. They're also putting... he's also putting like a necklace on the kid, but it's not really a necklace, it's like... It's just like this cloth... It's just like this... Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what the word for this in English is. Cord? It's like a cord, I guess. Like for your shoes, it's like a cord. The like knot. But it has like a 1 cent, 1 penny. Yeah, 1 penny. I guess German money on it. And they're like putting a lot of like focus on that one shot. So I don't know what importance that is. That is definitely a man. That should be a man. That doesn't look like a woman. And then he closes the thing. And the episode ends. Well, then there you go. Also, I want to say that Eric, it might be bad acting, but he didn't look like super afraid. Like, that's something I'm picking up on his expression, is that his expression didn't look super afraid. Like, I feel like you would be more scared shitless of that shit than what he was. Like, he looked uncomfortable. He didn't look scared for his life. Which it should have been. Look at the situation he's in. I do know that he's gagged, but he should be like... something like that. But he's more like... You know, he seems like uncomfortable scared rather than... I'm gonna fucking die scared. There's the difference between the two. So, that might be a clue to something. Maybe he's not gonna die in that electric chair. Maybe the electric chair is a time machine. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know what anything is. This show doesn't tell me. So I don't know. So I'm just gonna throw shit in the air. And maybe I'll hit something. But for now, I don't want to like make crazy person theories. Not a lot of them, actually. Because I'm like, I don't know. Like, this show is wild enough and it throws so many variables that I'm like, I don't know. I literally don't know. What I do know for a fact is that when I go back to the beginning of this episode, like, I don't know, 10 episodes down the line, then it will make sense. But for now, it doesn't. Like, it's something that I watch and I'm like, I don't get this. And I'm sure that if I came back, like, episodes later and watched this intro, I would get it. But for the time being, I don't. So I'm just gonna watch this and see where it goes, and that'll be the end of that. So I think that's gonna be it for my reaction and my review. We had like a full discussion of episode 1 of Dark. It was fun. This episode, like, so I've been getting higher recommendations of this show, and I was like, sure. Like, I never know which shows are like fantastic, which ones aren't. Like, I don't watch many shows, which in a way I guess it's helpful for this channel because it's like, okay, I can watch shows for the channel now. Yeah, you know, that's fun. But I usually like, I hear recommendations for a show and I'm like, okay, you know, like, it's probably good. But I never think it's gonna be a mind-blowing masterpiece that is just gonna kill me. You know, I never think that it's gonna be fucking nuts. I always think like, alright, it's probably gonna be good. Because I do think it takes a lot for me to be like in awe of what's happening. You know, Doctor Who has managed to do that like few times. Like, not a lot of times, but only a few. And I would say that the last episode I watched of Doctor Who made me go into like a wild realization. And that hit me. Like, the previous episodes of Doctor Who that we've watched of Series 9 have hit me in that way. But most of the show hasn't. So, is Dark gonna be a show that is gonna make my mind go fucking just explode? And I'm gonna be so into it? I don't know. People are saying that maybe that will happen. And I hear really good things about the show, but I don't know if it's gonna be good or if it's gonna be fantastic. So, we'll see. I did want to watch like one extra episode of the show, like right away, but I don't have the time. It's like 1 p.m. and that's like the end of my time frame to record. So I'm just gonna do the review and that'll be the end of that. Luckily we're ending, so it's fine. But yes, that's it for Dark Season 1, Episode 1. Looks good. Looks interesting. That's the word. Looks interesting because I don't know where it's going and I'm intrigued. I'm hooked. You know? I'm not hooked because it's awesome. I'm hooked because it's like, I want to know. I'm curious now. I want to know. So let's see where we go from here. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction to Dark, new show. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this. Maybe like and comment if you want. I read those. And maybe check out my gaming channel or Twitch or maybe my Twitter. It's all good. I also have a Patreon now, so if you want to check that out, that's where it is. Thank you so much for watching this and I'll see you next time. Take care.